اللهم صل على الحبيب محمد يا رب صل عليه وسلم.
Bismillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. Praise be to Allah, and may His choicest peace and blessings be upon our Master Muhammad. One of the most beautiful names of Allah is Al-Wahhab, or the loving bestower. And through this name, Allah expresses to us another dimension of His love that connects with our emotional needs. Allah teaches us in the Quran this prayer: رَبَّنَا لَا تُزِغْ قُلُوبَنَا بَعْدَ إِذْ هَدَيْتَنَا وَهَبْ لَنَا مِن لَّدُنْكَ رَحْمَةً إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْوَهَّابُ. O our Lord, do not cause our hearts to deviate after you have guided us, and grant us from you a special loving mercy. Verily you are Al-Wahhab, verily you are the generous and the loving bestower and giver. And the giving of Allah and the divine is not like in any way or sense or quality like our giving and the way that we give, because Allah gives without cause and without reason. Allah gives without any value of exchange. Allah gives without consideration of the worthiness of the recipient or the one being given to. Allah and the divine gives without any consideration of reward in the future, whether that reward be praise or the promise of power or anything material or non-material. And lastly, when the divine gives, He gives without measure, without limit and without reckon. The world of Allah's giving is a world of pure abundance, an infinite abundance. And that abundance and that giving is through His love and His grace and His tenderness and His kindness. When we give, and in the world that we live in, oftentimes we might feel we live in a world of scarcity, in a world of conflict and of competition, and we are reluctant to give and reluctant to share, and we feel that we do not receive in the way that Allah gives. I must remember that Allah owns everything, and He owns everything in an absolute sense. That is, that Allah owns in true ownership, and therefore only He is the true giver in that sense. And He owns everything, meaning that the storehouses of every treasure, both material and non-material, lie in His hands. And He can give of material, and He can give of, more importantly, non-material values and meaning and virtue that is the nourishment and nutrition for the heart. Allah wants us to know that in this giving there is an infinite possibility for me and for you, that we should never be shy or restrained in asking for Allah, that the horizons of His giving are limitless and infinite and have no end, and that all that stands between me and receiving what my heart desires and what my soul wants is simply to ask. And that is an expression of His love and His grace in giving. And then it remains for me knowing that it is simply a supplication away, it is simply a prayer away, it is simply to ask. And why don't I ask? Why don't I seek the infinite by simply asking? It remains for me to experience that name by struggling to realize that name in my character, in my inner qualities. That is, that I should try to be at my human level as generous and as giving as Allah is to all of His servants and to all of His creatures. That I should learn to give of my time, of my energy, of my emotions to those who are in need, to the creatures of Allah. and I should do that purely altruistically in the way that Allah gives, without seeking any return, whether that be praise or name or fame. And this act of giving, as many teach us, is an act of transformation. In giving, I am transformed, and in giving, I create a virtuous circle, a ripple effect, whereby others too will then give and share. May Allah make us of those who truly experience the beauty of this name Al-Wahhab in our hearts, and may Allah cause us to beautify and clothe our character and our dealings with His creation with that name. وصلى اللهم وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.